what is in store for Roman Reigns when he comes back? What's going to happen with his future in the WWE? Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. Before I get in this, I just want to quick remind you guys this coming Wednesday, the 12th, November, Wednesday, the 12th. I'll be doing something different. I'm inviting you guys to come check it out. YouTube/rambling about wrestling. No G's in there. They do a live podcast at 7 p.m. Central. I'll be joining them for the first time, and I'm sure a lot of fun and shenanigans are going to happen. We'll be talking about Raw. That's going on tonight. Um, I'm recording this right before Raw, and I'm sure we'll be discussing some other stuff involving wrestling. Just wanted to quick throw that reminder out to you guys. Now, to the subject at hand, Roman Reigns' future. Um, since he's been injured, we've been hearing little snippets about him. Uh, you know what? People talking about. What is he going to do when he comes back? People making little predictions, little presumptions. We've been hearing little things about, oh, now he's taking acting classes. Um, I just read someone did a blog, and I apologize, I don't remember what site it was. It wasn't ringsidenews.com. It was just some random thing I found out there, um, talking about how much we are going to hate Roman Reigns when he comes back. And if if you're a fan of the Shield guys, like I was, still am, you've been following these things closely. You've been following Dean Ambrose, you've been following Seth Rollins and his Money in the Bank, his stuff with the Authority. And it's such a shame that Roman Reigns got injured, just as he's, starting to look like he's going to climb that ladder of success, and then got halted by um, a horrible injury. It's something I guess he's been working through for a while. Um, this blog said something to the effect of, oh, we're going to hate Roman Reigns just like we hate Cena and his 5 moves of doom, and he's boring, and they're going to shove him down our throats, and then he's going to be champ and blah, 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 blah. I think a lot of people assume he's going to come back at the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, and go on to WrestleMania to defeat Brock Lesnar. Well, I, I I'd like to assume that too. I'd like to see Roman Reigns do that, with the exception that I also feel like many other people feel, and I'm not hating on Reigns. I think he's a great guy, but I think he's still kind of green. I'm not sure he has that it factor like Dean Ambrose does. Now, some of you may, argue that with me too, saying, "Oh, Dean doesn't have that it factor." Well, he does have a ton of charisma, and he may not have the ultimate, wrestling move set like some other wrestlers do, but I think he certainly, you know, since Roman Reigns' injury, uh, Dean Ambrose has certainly taken advantage of that spot. Now, Dean himself will tell you, I'm not trying to take anyone's spot. I'm trying to, create my own spot, and that's well and good. But you also got to ask, would Dean be in the position he's in now if Roman Reigns wasn't injured? You know, you'd like to assume he would be, but obviously Roman Reigns would be in some kind of rivalry with the Authority as well, you know. I mean, obviously the three can't go in circles forever, you know, but this rivalry between Dean and Seth has been quite entertaining. But you know, now that's set off to the side while Dean is now uh, getting hunted by Bray Wyatt and all this stuff since Hell in a Cell. So yeah, Roman Reigns' future. And like I said, I think a lot of people assume he's going to come back, Royal Rumble, win it, go on WrestleMania, beat Brock Lesnar. The prime reason I'm doing this video is because I've been thinking about this for a while and, you know, running through it in my head. And I wanted to throw this out there just to get fans thinking. What if Roman Reigns came back and turned on everyone, including Dean Ambrose, and joined the Authority himself? Or something to that effect. You know, came back, woohoo, Roman Reigns is back, he's getting cheered and everything. And then, you know, whether it's at the Royal Rumble or not, there's some people saying, oh, he may come back beforehand. Well, you know, I hope to God they don't rush him. But nonetheless, however he comes back, what if he came back and turned on, say, Dean Ambrose and, you know, went heel? You know, came back, everyone's cheering him, and all of a sudden, boom, you know, clotheslines him from hell. You know, or someone, you know, big, like, you know, John Cena or something, came back, and instead of being a babyface, came back, Swerve, went heel. Now, some of you may be saying, well, Jason, that makes no sense. That's not going to happen. Well, you know, I still like to believe that the WWE can throw some curveballs in there once in a while. And I certainly think that this is one. What got me thinking about this initially, I want you to think back for a second. Think about back when Orton first started. And he had a great start, he had a tremendous future, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gets injured. And while he was injured, he was doing these little promos where he was talking to the crowd and all snarky and, you know, cocky, like, oh, you know, my fans are really missing me, or what, you know, something to that effect. And, you know, I really appreciate all the get well sentiments, and just, you know, just making you hate him. You know, it was so buttery and so overly sweet. And if you remember that, great. If not, whatever, that's fine. But when Roman Reigns has been doing these little interviews, promos, whatever you want to call them, where you know, Michael Cole's asking him, you know, how's the progress doing? You know, how are you recovering, and that stuff. Something's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. You know, but what if all of a sudden the next one that Roman Reigns does, he starts getting a little more cocky and a little more, oh, I really miss the fans and whatever, and he just starts sounding weird, you know, or unlike him. You know, maybe that's part of why they're having him do those acting lessons, so that he can come across a certain way the next time he does that. You know, and that's what made me think of it. I'm thinking back to those old promos where, you know, Orton was doing those heel promos while injured, you know, and saying, "Oh, I'm coming back soon, and I can't wait to come back," and it was all, ooh, you know, cotton candy, and yeah, and I don't know. maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but I've been thinking about it, and I was just like, well, what if Roman Reigns started doing those, and then came back all snarky and and turned on Dean Ambrose and started that feud, and of course, yeah, that would really change. Well, in some ways, it would change the road to WrestleMania. In some ways, it wouldn't. He could still, go after, Brock Lesnar. But depending on what they do with Roman Reigns, if he does come back heel, would people start cheering? I mean, yeah, a lot of people do cheer Brock Lesnar now, but would that make him more of the babyface, headlining WrestleMania? And I'm not talking about what Brock Lesnar is doing before then, any title defenses with John Cena or Randy Orton or whatever happens between now, the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, because, I'd, I'd still like to think that Roman Reigns is going to wrestle Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania as well. But if they did turn him heel, that would certainly change the atmosphere of the match a lot, Brock Lesnar, because a lot of people are really starting to get sick and tired of Brock Lesnar being champ and not being around. Now, even though he's going to get some kind of big reaction if and when he, well, I should say if, but when he does come back, he's going to get a big reaction either way, because he is a big figure. Whether you love him or hate him for being gone, you can't blame him for that. That's the WWE. That's how they booked him, So if you don't like it that he's not around, blame the WWE. Brock's just earning a paycheck, kicking it up in, northern Canada somewhere right now, hunting whatever the hell you hunt up in northern Canada, whatever, So yeah, I certainly think it's a possibility, and I don't predict a lot of stuff, I don't think of these things a lot, but this one did pop in my head, and I just wanted to throw it out to you guys that do watch my videos and and do think about this stuff once in a while. So am I crazy? Am I full of it? Tell me in the comments below. Do you agree that this could possibly happen? I think it certainly could. I think it'd be a great, swerve or whatever. I think people wouldn't see it coming, but I think it certainly has the potential to happen. So just let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. You think he's gonna come back and be a baby face? Do you think he's gonna come back and piss everyone off? Just let me know what you think. That's about it for this one. Don't forget, this Wednesday, check out the podcast, Rambling for Wrestling. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys.